How's it? Today is September 24th, Friday, and it's another big Friday. I kind of didn't have a plan going into today, just like last week. Steve said to just hit something that feels pretty good, something that's a little bit heavier, on the little heavier side. So, depending on how I felt, I was just trying my best not to have any like catastrophic misses, and that was pretty much it. I ended up snatching 215, which on average, is a little bit heavier than what I've been doing. I think lately, I think I'm kind of in the 205 range. So 215 is 10%, or not 10%, that's a lot. 10 pounds above that, right? My 215 wasn't the cleanest. I did attempt 220 and then I ended up failing. Uh, my fail on 220 was simply due to me not having enough height, which I think is a weird sign because on my snatches, a lot of my misses are not from me not having enough height. They are from me mis-executing but still having enough height, so me being slightly out of position in the catch. And I don't typically have an issue where I go too heavy for me to get enough height. Um, it did happen earlier this week on Monday, but it doesn't happen very often where I choose a weight that is too heavy. There's this guy over here that's just like walking around. I don't know why he was walking around, and I was just like, all right, dude, like I'm not gonna say anything to you. You just please don't get in my frame when I'm lifting. My my set does take like 20 seconds. So, yep. Pretty much standard warm ups here. Um, Going back to kilos on Wednesday was a nice change because it allowed me to take jumps that I normally would take. So like 175 to 190 here is a big jump that I wouldn't normally take on kilos. It's my first like quote unquote heavy attempt. 205, and then 215. As I mentioned, wasn't the cleanest here. I threw my hips quite a bit, and then I was just lucky enough to save it at the bottom. And then 220, it was just no go. Failure to launch. Yeah. I guess maybe I did have enough height. I was just not quick enough under. But going back to what I was saying, 175 to 190 is a 15-pound jump, which is a really weird number to jump. But I'm not taking a 10-pound jump there because if I take a 10-pound jump there, then it locks me into jumping 10 pounds for the rest of those lifts. So that means that I would take 175, 185, 195, and 205. And that sort of it's a whole extra rep that I'm not going for. If I were lifting with kilos, I would go 80, 85. 85 is like 187, and then 90, which is like 198. So those jumps are a lot easier and a lot more consistent, right? I failed this jerk here. I think I just took too long in the rack position, and I wasn't able to really properly prime myself for the lift. But I do come back and I do make this one. Like overall, my clean technique has been getting better in the last few weeks. I think that I'm less disconnected than I was before. And as I say that that clean was not super great. But 120, this is the weight that I power cleaned on Wednesday. So like I know that that's a weight that's very, very easy. And then 125 or 275 here. This clean was a lot better than that 265 was. And this jerk was, at 275, I missed a bunch of jerks in the last few weeks. above, I think above 270 or above 265, I had a lot of misses. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then after, I moved into some front squats, aiming for 3 sets of 3 at 305 today. Spoiler alert, I only did 1 set of 3, and I think it was 1 set of 2. Looking back at the videos, I think that I could have done all 3 sets of 3. I think I talked about it last week, where it feels like as long as I have it on my shoulders, it's like, okay, like I just don't need to, or if I don't give up, then I'm making all these lifts. While these are not the best posturally, you can see I have quite a bit of upper back rounding there. The weight moves pretty well, and I'm not like overly pained to lift like that. But on this set, for whatever reason, I just give up. I feel like that right there, that little double breath is the reason why I gave up. But I don't know why I did that double breath. And then I don't even push out of the hole here, because I felt like if I started to push, I might have fainted. But again, if I had not given up, I do think I probably would have made all of those lifts. But hindsight is 2020, or whatever that one that is better than 2020. After that, I did some pull-ups and then my windshield wipers, which I am really enjoying doing. I don't like doing them on this. I like doing them on the straight bar. So after these, I actually go to the cables and do them there. But yeah, pretty good today for both of the lifts. Not as great on the front squat. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Shoots.